On to the second round of the finals of New Beverage Showdown 14. The judges are in place. They're ready to Shark Tank their way through this round. All right, first up, Shakira Niazi from Zen Basil. Come on up. Oh yeah. Use any mic. Just remember your timer's going to be right over here.
Great, thanks. Oh, the clicker, okay. So this is big. We're looking at $1 trillion market. More than ever, people are concerned about nutrition and nutritional values of the ingredients. For thousands of years, the king of superfood has been revered across continents as nutritional and healthy by natural healers, Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, basil seeds. Basil has even been referenced in Holy Scripture as God's bounties that can't be denied. In India, it's part of the temple, holy basil. The Greeks and the Romans called it the king. The ancient wisdom was certainly in line with the nutritional facts of basil seed. Modern day basil seed nutritional fact says it's 51% fiber. They look like chia, but have nearly 2 times the fiber, calcium, potassium, and iron. Plus, when they're hydrated, they activate an enormous amount of soluble fiber. One study shows 21% soluble fiber in comparison to just 2. Plus, just 1 gram of hydrated basil seed had enough antioxidants to absorb up to 15% of free radical in our body. And that's probably why the natural healers revered it so much. I'm going to switch phone. Can you hear me now? No. The natural healers like Ayurveda called it an adaptogen. My grandmother would say, it just cools your inside. It's good for your heart. It's good for your mind. I now know it's really the fiber, especially the soluble fiber. Soluble fiber has an ability where it dissolves in liquid and attaches itself to substance like sugar, cholesterol, just like our logo, like a rope. It either zaps it away or it at least minimizes its impact on our body. What's more special about soluble fiber is the fact that it feeds the good bacteria within our own body, which helps our strengthen our immune system. It fights inflammation. It even changes your mood. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel full. That's the power of soluble fiber, which basil seed hydrated has 21% of. And missing on our American diet. We barely talk about soluble fiber. And that's our mission, to make nutrition easy and accessible by bringing the powerful properties of basil seed into products that are delicious that anyone would actually drink. Zen Basil is a family recipe, first to market with hydrated organic basil seed and holy basil leaves. It is first to market with plant-based prebiotic, fibers, electrolytes, and antioxidants. We believe in the functional category, refrigerated category, is even actually bigger than what we see currently. Reason why is because we made our super healthy flavors like healthy green and touch of honey for our savvy shoppers, and they're doing great. But guess who else is also doing really well? We're making room for the newcomers. White gummy is actually doing fantastic, just as great as the healthy green, because we're accommodating for the individuals that want to drink healthy, but they just can't usually find a good flavor in the category. So I'm running out of time. Raw seeds that are going to be launching next year. So where are we now? Like I said, we launched in natural and organic and ran out of product within the first week in 25% of our stores. What was unique about our launch, we showed up in natural and organic and Lucky and Safeway. And yes, we sold out in Lucky stores at $5 per bottle. And so we're currently sold in about 120 stores. Despite the fact that we ran out of product twice over the summer, we tripled our sales and still managed to get on roll for the next 500 rollout next year. A little bit about myself. Okay, I'm originally a refugee from Afghanistan. How did I get here? I escaped a war. The carnage and devastation of that war gave me the courage to battle another. I started a socially responsible brand of water that sold over 5 million bottles, built 48 clean water projects in 10 different countries, giving access to clean water to over 50,000 people. And now I am thrilled to share my family's sacred secret recipe through Zen Basil that I know it will help you cleanse. It offers you a positive boost of energy. That's my offering for Zen Basil for life. Thank you.
Great job. You can hold on to that. You can come with me in case the judges have some questions.
I don't know if, okay, works.
Yeah. We heard a lot about the functional and health benefits of basil seeds. Does that come across in the packaging and the communication? Mark?
I think it does. I mean, it's definitely not something most people are aware of, so there's definitely going to be some work on education. And I think there's probably some ways you could tweak it a little bit and get a little bit more of the story, but you get the main points across. Not so wowed about the Zen part of it, frankly, but I love the product, and I actually think you are on to something.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great. In terms of taste profile, not a lot of people have tried basil seeds, certainly not in a beverage. Andrea, what are your thoughts?
I actually thought it was very smooth going down. It is very tasty, not extra sweet, and is definitely, I agree, a space that's not tapped. So very good product.
Yeah, Ken, in terms of Shakira's backstory, we heard a little bit about her journey here as an entrepreneur. How important is that for an investor to hear that backstory?
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I think it's really amazing. The product, I do like the taste. I know the texture is sort of part of the product DNA, but it's not the easiest thing for me as a dumb American to consume.
John, how is the texture in terms of drinkability, and do you see this as something where it can be a lifestyle beverage, or is it kind of stuck in that functional beverage space?
I mean, I think right now it feels presented very much as a functional beverage, maybe too much so. I do think there's also kind of, just what we tasted, they're all kind of a little different. And some, like basil seeds, seem to suspend better. Some were a little less or more sweet than others. I kind of wish they were, like all the same in that sense, like at one sweetness level, at one textural level. I think I personally like the one that was, I think it was the touch of honey that I was trying, but not totally sure, but the less sweet, so.
Yeah.
In terms of business strategy, is Shakira on the right track? Matt?
Yeah, I love the space. The adaptogen functionality space is right on the number. There's a pretty big swing between the different variants.
Yep.
So I don't know how that's going to exactly.
I designed
come
it
across.
in the exact same order. Like for you, John, you probably don't like a heavy seed beverage. So for that reason, the touch of honey only has half of the seed level as the healthy green. So my healthy green shopper who's comfortable with a lot of seeds and a heavy solid drink probably goes for a lunch meal replacement, healthy green flavor. And then the touch of honey has half the seeds. So ironically, the sale numbers are coming out evenly. So there is a group of customers that are not really looking for a heavy seed beverage, something light and refreshing. And then there's those that are looking for a pack seed, lots of goodness of the basil seed.
I mean, I guess to me that seems like, I'm going to call on coconut water here. The early days where everyone was at 0 and things are growing 100, whatever percent. But in reality, the people who liked coconut water liked it pure, right? And people, there were sports drinks with it and whatever. But, the pure won out. I mean, I think it would be better to just appeal to the, to one user as opposed to worry about trying to have something for everyone right now.
Make everyone happy.
I think that's a good point. And I would also encourage you and anybody when they're talking about these things, when you have numbers, make sure you know them, because did you sell out with one case or 1,000?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Are they selling all the same? Is it 1 unit per week or is it 25 units per week? Right? It makes a big difference, because my bet is you have 0 consumers today. I mean, even if you have 5,000, it's practically 0.
Right.
So assume you're starting from a very narrow focus and keep it consistent across all the products.
Totally agree.
Great feedback. Great presentation. Well done, Shakira.
Thank you.